Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Dear viewers, my name is Sayyid Fahd Hussain, your program Rahmat-e-Mehman. Welcome to the show in which we bring to you a very special guest. Rahmat-e-Mehman basically means blessings of a guest, and guests are indeed a blessing. So today we have a very distinguished guest with very exciting careers, and you will be very interested in knowing about them, and surely they are our role models. Our first very distinguished guest is Captain Nasir Abbasi, who's from the Sheriff's Office in Fort Bend County, Houston, Texas. He's the first one to be promoted as a captain in any sheriff's department all over the country. So first South Asian, first Pakistani, so he has this honor. It's our honor to have him in the show with us. And our another guest is from Police Department, Suffolk County Police Department, Officer Thomas Joy, and he is also a South Asian, and he is a very decorated police officer. He spent 20 years in Army, and he has worked in different law enforcement agencies. So today is our time to meet with these law enforcement guests. So I will introduce you to Captain Nasir Abbasi. Assalamu alaikum, Sarji.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Officer Thomas Joy.
Wa alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Thank you for coming in the show. Thank you for taking your time.
Thank you for having us here.
You're welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll be speaking to you about how you started. It's a challenging journey. You hope, and our viewers would want to know. So we would start with Officer Thomas Joy. Sarji, can you tell us a little bit about your background? Because we know that you have spent 20 years in Army, you have worked in different agencies, but where do you come from, and how long ago did you come?
Well, I'm South Asian myself, from the beautiful land of India, and I come all the way from the south, from God's own country called Kerala. I immigrated here as a kid. I was about 17 years old, finished high school here, and then immediately joined the Army. I spent about 24 years in the Army so far. I'm still in the reserves, and
Nice.
a lot of the time was on active duty, about 11 and a half years. Spent some time in Europe, and also 1 year of a combat tour in Iraq. Once I got out of active duty, I came out of the Army and finished my degree. I wanted to figure out what I wanted to do, either go back to the Army or, you know.
That's a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
24 years in Army.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good challenge right there.
Yeah, and then there was an opportunity to become a police officer,
Mhm.
and I took it just to see where it goes. And I've been a police officer for about 15 years now.
15 years in
Yep.
police
Yep.
departments, and you're right now you're serving in Suffolk County.
That's right. I'm a Suffolk County police officer. Been there for quite a while. I been in the first precinct. I was a highway patrol officer, and right now I'm a community relations officer, specifically
Nice.
focused on recruitment into the department of the next generation of police officers.
That's nice. Very exciting. Very
Yeah.
exciting. Captain Nasir Abbasi Sahab, it's a real honor for us to have you. You're the first captain in nation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
It's an honor for us, and it's an honor for our whole community that we have someone like yourself. You came from a background. Would you like to share some of your background?
I would say, खाक मुझ में कमाल रखा है, ऐ खुदा तूने संभाल रखा है,
Mashallah.
मेरे ऐबों पे डाल के पर्दा, मुझे अच्छों में डाल रखा है.
Mashallah. Very
Actually,
humble.
thank you.
Very humble
Thank you.
response.
Thank you. This is my city where I came many years ago in 1990. Didn't know English, wasn't prepared, didn't come from English background, English medium schools. But anyways, I came here. I was blessed to be part of this great nation on the planet.
Yes.
And then worked on gas stations, drove cabs in the city, construction, like any other
Like any other, like any of us
immigrant.
would do.
Any of us were doing that time.
Yes.
And I'm very proud of it. Made great friends. But luckily, I was able to go and learn English and do a little bit of here and there, college and stuff. And after getting a little command in English and little, knowledge about here and there, did some business and got this opportunity to go to Texas, where I found out that I could still be a cop at the age of 42.
Really?
That's
exciting to know.
Yeah, I came here at the age of 24. And at the age of 42, I thought that I was able to now apply for the job, but I was under the impression that I cannot apply for it because I am over age. But I was visiting Texas to my sister-in-law, where I found that I could still apply for police.
Wow.
So that was really amazing and thrilled news for me, and I decided to go for it.
Wow.
So I had zero hope to get this job.
But
I said,
you were full of desire, and
I had. And you know what? Let me just tell you, to my viewers and youngsters especially, you must have a good company around you. You must have a good network around you, positive. You must have good friends around you throughout your lifespan. Don't you make any mistake in gathering bad people around you. Please don't do that. And I tell you, if I'm an officer today, the credit goes to my friend, especially, his name is Tipu Sultan. He himself is not a rich man, but he's the richest man from his heart, and a great person and a great individual on this planet, I would say. He encouraged me to go for this job.
Wow.
And go apply for it. So I started running and exercising and all that, So finally, one day I thought, I found myself hired by Harris County Sheriff's Office, one of the leading law enforcement agencies in the nation. And I said, man, really? I am? I mean, everything was, the first time I used gun, I practiced on, the first time I was running like that, the first time I was, competing car races.
Okay.
I mean, whatever I saw in movies, I found myself in that, and I was thrilled.
Wow.
So that thrill actually motivated me, kept me motivated at the age of 42, and I was, if my classmates one day, they watch this interview, I was always in the top, 3, 4 in academic and in physical activities, because of the passion that I had. I would spend, because of my English, as I said in last night in an event, that not only that I appear or I look like a Desi, but I sound like a Desi as well. So I am the true South Asian Desi cop. So
that's why we have you here.
Thank you. So I mean, I knew my weaknesses. That's another lesson to my youngsters.
Weaknesses is very important to talk about.
Always know your weaknesses. If you know where you are weak, don't forget that portion, that part of your weakness. Work on it. Work on it. I knew my weakness in English when I was studying. I said, okay, fine, no problem. If this individual spends 1 hour, I'm going to spend 4 hours. Now what can you do? And the result was right there, telling me, hey, you did the right thing. So there is always a positive result of everything where you spend your time positively and with all positive mindset. And here I am. I'm so glad. Today I am actually on the invitation of this young man, Officer Thomas. He is from India, and this is also another message to our youngsters. Here, your parents may be from Pakistan or India, but you are all Americans.
Yes.
He is Indian. He called me from Texas, and he made me the almost chief guest in his party.
Very honored guest.
Very much honored guest. I was not. He had only 2 main speakers, and I was one of them. Imagine.
Wow, amazing.
So that goes credit
yeah.
goes to him.
Yes.
So we are going to live in this society
So
as
basically, we have to stay united
Americans.
as a South Asian
Yes,
Americans. We
yes.
stay united.
Yes.
Yeah, then we get all the respect.
Yes.
So coming back to Officer Thomas Joy, you said you were in Army for 24 years, 15 years in law enforcement. As a Desi family, our parents
Right.
are very scared.
Right.
They think law enforcement means, a danger to your life, which can be or cannot be. I would like to hear that from you. With all that scenario in your parents' mind and maybe in your bringing up, how did you find courage to apply for law enforcement?
Well, just like any of the Desi parents, my parents were not thrilled that I joined the army or became a cop. In India, I know that for a fact that they may not be as respectable of a profession, especially for good families and educated families,
Okay.
to go into. Because it's a different system. There, there's a lot of corruption, and there's all these issues there, and it may not be a respectable profession for them to go into. So my parents and my family, of course, felt that way because that's all they knew. But here in America, it's a very respectable profession. It is something of a service and commitment to your nation and your community. So it is something that is something that's some kids can aspire to be a police officer or a soldier or a marine or whatever it is. I did join, and my parents were not happy
Because of the danger.
because of the danger, because of the negative from back home, the negative stigmas that is associated with it, and of course there is a sense of there's of course it is a dangerous job.
Yeah,
It's a
your life is always on stake. You
yeah, it's a
never know.
profession of arms. It's a uniformed job. You wear a uniform, a gun, and a badge, and carry. It comes with those dangers that are inherent in that profession. But it is also a very rewarding
Very rewarding. Yeah.
profession. Yeah. So it's I said the sense of camaraderie and friendship that you make either in the military or law enforcement is unparalleled. You cannot get that anywhere else. Especially my time in combat in Iraq. It was 15 years ago at this point. So that time, the people that I served with, that bond is just unbreakable. Even law enforcement wise, the people that I serve with and that I wear the uniform with and go to calls with, there's a special relationship that exists. And but you're always proud when you put that uniform on and you're making a difference in somebody's life or the nation. If you're a military member, the direction of the nation or the safety of the nation is in your hands. So it's a very proud thing for me, and majority of the people here think that way about law enforcement and the military.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. So, this is the first generation immigrants, right? We try to encourage our young generations to be part of the mainstream. And here is two gentlemen who are the first generation, and they're already part of the law enforcement, right?
That's right.
So this is being in the mainstream. Any challenges you want to share coming from South Asian background, Pakistani background, Indian background, you would have seen for being a person of color entering into the mainstream system? Captain Nasir Abbasi sir.
I personally did not find any obstacle.
Okay. That's it.
Everybody was so helpful to me.
Okay.
I tell you, salutes to the Texans,
Okay.
my friends from, regardless of their skin color. Man, somehow, I don't know, there is a certain thing, either everybody who joins law enforcement, he or she are special in something, they have kind hearts. They have.
Really?
I mean, they all knew my weaknesses in English, and they were always looking at me. Did you understand what she said? Yeah. At the end of the class, yeah, I did. And in case if I did not, I would ask them, hey, what was that? Like this. And they were always there to, encourage me to understand the depth of any matter, any whatever the teacher was saying. Same thing, they always thought that I was a little older than them, but later on they found, no, he looks older, he's not.
But he is younger in the heart. Age is just a number.
Yes, and I was like running like a horse, and they were, what do you eat? I said, I don't eat junk food, that's it.
That's it.
So be careful. Youngsters, another message to you. I see you like those type of foods, you love it, no good. Always go with the natural food, stay natural to
food.
stay up always, inshallah.
Well, this is the time we're going to take a little break. And after the break, we'll talk about some of the excitement you see or some of the adventures you might have experienced in this profession. So after a short break, we'll come back and we'll continue the talk. So dear viewers, stay tuned. We'll be coming back to these gentlemen from law enforcement and talk about their adventures. We'll be right back.
Some people think Allstate only protects your car. Here's the truth. Allstate can also protect your home or apartment, as well as your boat, motorcycle, RV, and snowmobile, and even your retirement and your life. Not many insurance companies can say that, but Allstate can.
For more details, please call Parvez Mahmood 516-759-5850 or email parvezmahmood@allstate.com.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Reciting Quran with proper pronunciation is obligatory for every Muslim. We are providing a very good opportunity to all level of students, male and female, to enroll in an easy online weekend Quran course. So register now for one-on-one sessions with our experienced teachers at kashmirislam.com.
कोइंस मेडिकल केयर डॉक्टर नाहिद सुल्ताना की जेर निगरानी फीमेल हेल्थ प्रोफेशनल्स और कॉम्पिटेंट लेडी डॉक्टर्स पर मुश्तमिल एक ही लोकेशन पर कायम मुकम्मल फैमिली मेडिकल केयर सेंटर, विमेन हेल्थ केयर, गायनाकोलॉजिकल एग्जाम्स, पीडियाट्रिक्स, एडल्ट फिजिकल्स, एकोकार्डियोग्राम, ईकेजी टेस्टिंग, चिल्ड्रन वैक्सीनेशन और अब एयर ट्रैवलर्स के लिए कोविड-19 PCR टेस्ट की सहूलत, रैपिड लैब रिजल्ट्स इन 72 आवर्स ओनली। कोइंस मेडिकल केयर, जमैका फोन 718-206-2222।
Welcome back, viewers. You're watching this program, Rehmat-e-Mehman, and we have very exciting and very decorated guests from law enforcement. Let's talk about some of their adventures in their career. Nasir Abbasi sahab, you have served in the law enforcement for so long. Any adventurous event that you might want to share?
I would rather not talk about adventures because then we go into technical stuff, which is not later on easy to cover. But I can tell you that every moment in this profession is, if you want to be a police officer, then you have lots of nice things to always, you know, helping others, being there when somebody needs you. Trust me, it's a great.
So it's not always smothering people down and putting him on the, arresting them. It's
you know, new people think that, hey, have you shot anyone? That is the first question I have heard millions of times. No, we use handwrite, you need to type pretty fast because you spend so much time in front of computer writing reports, and reports have to be very accurate because reports can put that case very down, or tell the jury or other people who need to know the reality of the original scenario. So everything in this business is interesting. I love it. To me, it's exciting. Going somewhere, you know, people are respecting you. Oh, officer, they are treating you as hero. This is adventure is itself.
Yes, you
Yes.
are the heroes of the community.
I
yes.
have even seen on the airports, for God's sakes.
Okay.
You know, one day I was a bit late, and somehow she found out. I was showing IDs, and my badge was there. And, oh, you're a cop? Yes. Oh, okay. And I saw her behavior changed, and she respected a lot.
She
And
expedited everything for you?
something she did was
And
really honorable.
you made it to the plane?
Yeah.
That's nice.
One day I can tell you that maybe the plane was empty or something.
Okay.
I found myself in the first class.
Okay.
And I had the economy seat. And I'm looking for my seat number in economy, didn't find it.
And
And then she said, no, you go over there.
Oh, really?
She changed it. So
That's one
so
more
nice
benefit
of
of
her.
being a cop.
Yep.
Officer Thomas Joy,
I
you have you wear so many hats.
yeah,
You have your own organization, AMLU,
MLEU, correct.
and you are a cop, and you worked as a. So there's a lot more excitement in your life. What do you want to share with our viewers?
Policing is an exciting job. Every day you put on the uniform and you go out on the street, you don't know what the day is going to bring. It could be very mundane. You don't get a single call, and next thing you know, you're chasing after a car, or jumping over a fence, or
Okay.
or it's somebody severely injured, a house on fire. The scenarios are endless. So you don't know what the day is going to bring, and your day sometimes goes like this, and then great deals of excitement, and it comes back down. So it's when I was younger, as a new cop, of course, all my knowledge about cops, I had nobody from my family as a police officer, and all my impressions of cops were from movies and
Okay.
from books and TV series and things like that. So it was very exciting for me to start my day and get into the next adventure, so to speak. And it was adventures. There were so many car chases and foot pursuits, and getting to a crime scene first or something in progress. So these are very exciting things that you do on a pretty routine basis. But as a older, mature cop, those things are not as exciting to me anymore. I mean, sometimes.
This is what my next question was going to be. What gives you that purpose of being a cop? What is a perfect cop day for you?
Yeah, so right now, I haven't been on patrol in a while, but my memories right now of the perfect day as a patrol cop is probably helping somebody in some way.
Okay,
that's what gives me more joy and more pleasure and more excitement than anything else. Just as an example, I was driving down the road and I see a lady walking down on the highway, and they should not be on the highway because pedestrians are not allowed. So I stop and ask the lady what's going on, and from her condition and from manner of speaking, I ascertain that there's something not right from what she's telling me and what's going on. So I give her a ride back to the next exit, and I'm trying to figure out some things more, because something is not right in that situation for me. She's disheveled. She's does not speak.
She's not
coherent in her speech. So it turns out I make some calls and see if there's any missing persons in the area, or something along that line is what I was thinking. And sure enough, this lady from a family was missing for about a day.
Wow.
And she had some kind of dementia or some kind of problem where she walked outside the house and then kept walking and did not know what her name was and where she lived.
Wow.
And then based on the missing persons report from the day and day prior, we looked through it, matching descriptions, brought her back to the house and got her medical help, and reunited her with the family.
Wow.
That day is the best day that I can, or it's something along those lines. It's community service. It's helping and making a difference in somebody's life. But of course, there is also moments when you put a bad guy away and he's a criminal, and he does something bad, and you're able to catch him. Of course, that's also another sense of pride and achievement and a service to the community, because he might be hurting your family or your business.
Yes.
But as you mature into the job, you learn more, and you make self-realizations of what your purpose is, and what society expects of you, what your bosses expect of you,
Okay.
and then you make your adjustments based on just like
So
everything
that's
else
a
in
mature
life.
cop.
Yeah,
This
of course.
is
Yeah.
a new cop. Okay, that's very exciting to know. That's a different image of what people have about law enforcement people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would like to address this question to you. We come from different countries, right? People of color, people from different backgrounds, minorities. Dealing with minorities, people from different cultural backgrounds would be a different experience. Dealing with someone from, from Asian would be different than dealing with somebody who's local. How does police departments, do they train you how to communicate with people of different backgrounds?
There are trainings how to deal with people.
Okay.
So dealing with people, you can learn from all aspects. And also, there are all year long trainings.
Okay.
Actually, we get incentives also of the training. We have certain hours of training. We even get some money also coming to the paycheck.
Okay.
So the police department and the states, they have pretty nice incentives for us to go for more and more education. We can have, if you have a bachelor's degree, you have associate degree, you have money. You have bachelor's, you have more money. You have master's, you have more money. Also, there are other incentive-based classes within the departments, and our state departments also
Okay.
want us to do those trainings to keep in the loop.
Okay.
And it's always good to refreshen your memories and what you deal, and also when you go out and meet with people and you read, you say, oh yes, right now what I'm reading, I saw that over there while I was talking to that guy over there, that gentleman over there, that lady over there. So you actually become a more mature cop, like he said. We, by the time goes, we become more mature, we get more experience, we get more humble. We also learn how to deal and take care of the situation.
Yes.
And I can tell you that in the beginning I saw where I used to patrol, particular individuals, they wouldn't say anything. What's your name? No answer.
No.
What do you do?
No.
Answer. It's hard. It was hard. And I was also, looking at, but I can tell you that every single call that I made, especially those type of individuals who would rather keep their mouth shut, after like 15 minutes, give them 15 minutes, and they were all like, my name is this, I do this, I do that. So that comes with experience, that comes with your knowledge, reading books and listening to the interviews of cops like myself. Just be patient. Always start from zero. This is a message to almost everybody. Don't start anything from 1 to 100. Start from zero. So you have more flexibility and more cards to play with.
Yes.
Don't start with like 50, 60.
Yeah.
Slowly.
Yep.
There is a solution always. There
There's
is always a solution. Human beings are actually, even many bad people that appear to be bad, I have found them very nice people.
Oh, really?
From inside, due to the circumstances,
end up being-
bad luck source. They are in that situation. Otherwise, they are wonderful, beautiful human
That's a
beings
very
from
beautiful
outside.
message, actually.
Yes.
That's a very beautiful message.
Yes.
Even these criminals, they have some goodness in their heart.
Trust
It's
me,
just-
every human being has great things in their heart. So I would say to the society, the whole society, please, whatever you do, just go from zero, from the bottom, and use all of your cards.
Yes.
And you will see the solution before you go to your 100.
Okay.
Or you would probably see the solution when you are about there for 50, 60, like that.
Yeah.
Trust me, that's what I have learned.
Okay.
You don't need to start from 50, 60. Start
Yeah.
with zero, easy.
Aggression is not the solution.
And there is always a solution. You'll be surprised. Really? You really? Yes.
Yep, that's very important message. You,
Yes.
especially cops with a lot of authority and power,
Yes.
Yeah,
Our
that can
tools
easily
are-
things can easily get out of control.
Yep. It gives you more time also to think. It gives you time to make sure what you have.
Yeah, exactly.
What sort of tools you have to use also. There are so many positive things when you are humble.
Yep.
Humbleness is a great tool to be used by any individual.
Exactly. Officer Thomas Joy, you're, we know that you're very busy with your job in the department, and outside of the department, you represent a lot of minorities, especially the South Asians. You are the to-go person. Anything happens.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, especially for me, if I have to ask about anything regarding law enforcement, you're the first one. I would not call 911. I'll call your number, and you always answer our calls. And and this is how you are to so many different people. You are there for different community service. I've seen you in different food drives. I've seen you responding to hate crimes. There was actually a hate crime in Brentwood Islamic Center.
That's right.
I saw you. You were there. There was a hate crime in Huntington Mall.
That's right, yeah.
And the family had the only to-go number the family had was your number.
Right.
Yeah. Instead of calling 911, they called you. How do you connect like that?
So one of the things that we need to that the department is trying to address is to get more minorities into the department.
Okay.
Because a department that looks like the community it serves is a better department. So you cannot have just one population in the department, either just males or just females or just minorities. We got to have a proportionate number of people. So one of the challenges that we have in the minority community is we're not sending our kids into law enforcement and military. So that's one of the challenges that we face on the community, the department faces. But on the department side, what we have seen is we're not reaching out to the community enough. So in my department, it is a priority for our department to get more minorities and more women and more LGBTQ community and more Asians and black and Hispanic people into the police force.
Okay.
So that is one way we can address the community feeling comfortable to call the police. So in some situations, we have a lot of work to do. In many departments have a lot of work to do in getting there, right? So meanwhile, what's the fix? It's not easy to get the department changed overnight. So what I try to do myself is make myself and the societies that we have as a stopgap between the department and the community to be a liaison. So in that role, we only have a handful of Indian or South Asian police officers on Long Island. Long Island has a population of 3 million people plus. But we have, 5 or 6 South Asians?
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's it. Very
Wow.
few, So what I try to do is I try to go into the community in my official capacity as a police officer and a community relations police officer or recruitment police officer. And also through my societies and give out information to the community saying, hey, listen, we're here. I mean, there's only a handful of us now, but if there is a problem, please don't hesitate to call us.
Yeah, don't shy away.
Don't shy away. Especially you mentioned hate crimes. It exists. It is something that we need to eradicate. And not everybody is going to agree or disagree, and people are all different, and sometimes people hate, and that's the reality of it. But when that happens, our community usually does not report it. That's one of the underreporting is underreporting is one of the biggest problems that we have especially in our community.
They don't want to go through the trouble.
They don't want to go through trouble, or they make excuses for themselves or the person that did it. Or I have bigger things. I just want to continue working and make more money for my family. I want to put whatever the reason is, they don't report it. It's underreported. So one of the things that is happening now, especially because of the organizations that we have, like AMLEU and Asian Jade Society and IOS, Indian Officer Society and Muslim Officer Society, Sikh Officer Society, all these minority organizations that we have in different police departments, the community members and community leaders like yourself know who to call. So in that capacity, I do get some calls, and I try to help out or advise and move the process along, or whatever I can do in my capacity to assist. So yeah, and that mosque was one such incident.
Yeah, mosque was the incident. Huntington Mall.
Yeah.
There was
the mosque incident. Of course, the police department responded. They provided all the right investigative tools and priorities. from the police commissioner on down, because they saw there was such an egregious crime that happened that affects a community. Not only that, but from a police officer as a human being and part of a society of police officers that we have, the groups that we have, we raised a bunch of money, and we went to the mosque and said, hey, listen, this is some money for you guys to help repair the damages, and we did a food drive out of that mosque to provide to the needy in that community. So just showing our human face
very
to
kind.
it. Yeah.
That's very kind of you.
And it's
that's very kind of
Yes,
you for doing that.
He is very right when he said about the minorities also should join. I can tell you, I see the smartness that my boss had. You know, when he became sheriff of Fort Bend County, he is Sheriff Eric Fagan. He is himself the first African American sheriff after the Reconstruction, after around 150 some years.
Wow.
So belongs to a good family, and he has soft corner for all the people of the county he is sheriff of. So he wanted to have the same reflection of the county in his command staff, and that is where I believe and I have heard about him saying reflection, true reflection. So I was in Harris County Sheriff's Office, and he invited me to come join him in command staff, and I decided to go for it, and make the whole South Asian community and other communities feel nice and closer to each other. So I'm very proud to say that my boss was a great advocate in making a true reflection in his command staff of his county. So it's very important what you said, that all the counties should be actually there in the police department, in all other departments, to make the equality,
to bring that balance,
the fairness, and the balance. A well-balanced society is a long-lasting society.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, our viewers need to know from this, they're definitely learning that the security that we feel right now in this country is because of the lot of hard work that you guys are putting out.
Absolutely.
Representing us on different forums and platforms. So with all that said, what would be your message to the people who have come from different countries, from different backgrounds? How should they become the part of the mainstream? How should they overcome the fear they have to join agencies like law enforcement, fire departments, or any advice that you want to give them?
I tell you, because I came here at the age of 24, so I may have a little more. How old were you when you came here?
I was 17.
Oh, so we are not too far. Okay.
So the viewers would want to get the...
Okay, so viewers, America's systems are very fair. So I have learned from the communities and the citizens, especially those who just came to America. They call me, hey, I want my son to be a police officer. Would you please do something? I tell you, I can only tell you this much, that go online, just read what are the requirements, and after that, just apply for the job. There is no obstacle based on your skin color or any other thing. Please do that. The system is really very fair, and we welcome you all to join us. Right now, the viewers are New York based, so I would say, Officer Thomas would say that. Yeah. I would say, come to Texas, please. We need you.
Exactly.
Well, we need you here first.
We need. I have seen that lots of people are coming to Texas, and I tell you, my county has. I am from Barrack. My county has the first elected constable.
Wow.
From India, Pakistan. They see South Asian Muslim. First constable elected. He has 4 stars on his shoulders. My county has the African American sheriff after Reconstruction. My county has the first captain from South Asian. My county has so many other nice things. Please come to my county.
So your advice to the community members, parents, kids?
Well, what I want to say is be proud of who you are. This is America. It's the land of the free, home of the brave. And we all are different in many ways, but we all come together as Americans. So don't give up your background and don't give up your history and your culture and your traditions. Just because you, of course, be American, but you don't have to give everything up because being American is just come as you are, you know, and being part of this great society that we have. And don't be afraid to take on challenges. Here, being in the military or law enforcement, it is a respectable, it's a desirable job. And if your kids are interested in going to that field, parents, I want to tell you, encourage them to go into those fields because we need them. We need more diversity in the departments, and it's better for our society as a whole. So encourage those kids to go into those fields if they have the aptitude or the inclination for doing so. And like the captain said, the system is fair. It is based on merit. It's not based on how you look, and it's not based on what your accent is. It's based on, hey, finish, you know, you meet these requirements, then you meet the qualification, then you can become a cop. Now, being a cop is not an easy task, and it should not be. You know, you have the power to carry a gun and arrest people and take their freedoms away, so you should not be given those freedom, you know, those powers to just about anybody. It is a long process, but if you stick with it, and it is going to be a rewarding career for you, especially on my job, Suffolk County. Please come to Suffolk County.
Biggest county in New York.
The pay, the benefits, it is among the best in the nation. And I encourage all of you, but in whatever capacity you want to serve, in the federal government, the FBI, ATF, DEA, the state troopers, in the military, whatever you want to be, it is a service job. You give back to your community and your nation, and it's very rewarding. So please join us.
And also, just adding, because one young man came with his mom. He's like 6'3" tall, all well built, but he was failing the tests. And his mom was like not happy with it. I said, what's going on? So I had a little one-to-one talk on. I found that the guy was running around 10 miles. He was doing like 400, pound push-ups and all those, I said, are you preparing to go for Olympics or something like that? Just take it easy. Take it easy. Take a deep breath and don't worry about it. You are too much nervous, and I'm sure you are failing because of that. So he said, yeah. I said, it's not a rocket science. It's normal. Just basically, I don't know about here, but if you are able to run like 1.5 miles in 15, 16, 17 minutes, you're okay. If you are able to do
not here.
Not here.
It has to be faster than that.
I mean,
but every department is different.
Every department, basically, the final tests are like that, somewhere, up and down. But during the academy, it's kind of a lot of work that they have to do. But it's not too very much.
It's doable.
It's doable.
It's all doable.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to have the passion for it.
Yes.
You don't have to be afraid about it. Yeah.
Yes. So you have to be able to get up and just do and spend some 6, 7, 8 hours, running and stuff. It's not too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's doable. Yeah,
Yes.
It's doable.
If 42 years old can do, you can do too.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for all this enlightenment and being here with us on the show and being so much informative for our viewers. I really appreciate your time, and Officer Thomas Joy, for all the hard work you have put in, having the Captain Nasir Abbasi to be here with us today, and all the beautiful advices that you have given. Thank you very much again on the show.
Thank you. Be
You're
safe.
welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year to you all.
Thank you. So ये है नाजरीन, dear viewers, so this is our show for today, Rehmat-e-Mehman. I hope you find it all exciting, and hopefully it answers a lot of your questions and opens up new doors for you, especially our new generation to step in the mainstream. We'll see you again after with our new guest. Until then, Assalamu alaikum.